Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are going to be taking a first look at the upcoming game ICBM Escalation. It's being published by Slytherin, made by Software War Games, I believe. But this is a game that is currently still in beta. It is not complete yet, so if we do have any crashes, keep that in mind. But it will be released soon-ish on Steam. I don't actually see a date yet. It just says this year. So we'll see. This is a strategy game about nuclear war. It excels. It's the sequel to ICBM. Shocker. And I would say ICBM excelled in sort of the party game department, right? If you wanted to play with like 4, 5, 6, 7 other friends, I think that's the number of countries that you max out at, where you basically are trying to do R&D, build up your nuclear arsenals, build up your defense, and then at some point someone unleashes an assault and all hell breaks loose and the world ends in nuclear fire. Like, that's the kind of game it is. A little bit more upbeat than something like the classic DEF CON. More options, more sort of granularity in your nuclear arsenal than something like DEF CON. But that's kind of what ICBM was going for, and I think the original game was really good at doing that. ICBM Escalation seems to be trying to add more game modes, more options. There's a single-player campaign. There's more conventional stuff. And so it seems to trying to be a game that adds a bit more depth to the game, so that it's not just like, hey, get groups of friends together and go down these R&D chains and see if you can triumph. It seems like it's trying to add some more complexity and options for how you play the game. So we'll take a look at that. You can see here there's a tutorial here. We've played the game a little bit. We also played its predecessor, so we'll probably skip the tutorial. There's the multiplayer option here. And then there's a new game option here. So you've got Blitz, which I think is the classic version of the game. You know, it says expected length 15 to 45 minutes. We played for like 2 hours. Maybe, I'm not quite sure which particular option. I feel like Blitz was like what we played when we played the original ICBM. Obviously, the sequel has more stuff to it. But there's Blitz, there's Conquest, where you strategically navigate long, drawn-out Cold War and decide when and where to risk an escalation, the longest game mode. Great for experiencing every era to the fullest. That might be interesting to play. There's also Standoff, where you prepare for a hot war where nuclear and conventional weapons collide. Dominate or eradicate your foes. Standard nuclear escalation experience, tense, brutal, and full of action. Expected length, 1 to 2 hours. Or Campaign, fight through complex pre-made alt history scenarios. Will your nation survive? That is interesting. Although I would think, campaign where it's like, will your nation survive? Yeah, but if it's really a campaign of, like, you're not supposed to go to nuclear war if you want to survive. Anyway, so we could do Conquest or Campaign. I think either of those options sounds the most interesting. I suppose Conquest would probably lean more heavily into the new game features. But I am really curious about this campaign. So I think we'll give, in this first look, I think we'll give the campaign a look. Ooh, MacArthur's Revenge. Mission 1 starts in Korea. I guess that makes sense. Take control of the U.S. and steer its allies through almost 100 years of brinksmanship and nuclear near misses to secure its position in the world. Power, protect democracy, and avoid catastrophic destruction. But isn't the point of this game to go to nuclear war? Okay. So what's going to happen here? I don't know. We'll find out. Alright. The North Korean army, backed by Chinese forces, has spilled over the 38th parallel into South Korea, and UN and American forces are outnumbered, surprised, and rapidly losing ground. Allied forces are starting to rally and find their footing, but they won't hold out long without proper leadership and reinforcements. The U.S. government's deciding whether or not to authorize the use of nuclear weapons. At the moment, only the U.S. and Soviet Union have access to nukes. There are 3 big questions. Will nuclear weapons have to be used? If they are, what will happen next? And lastly, can Korea be saved? Primary mission, occupy, recapture, and hold Seoul while the timer runs out. Do not let the communist forces reach Busan and overrun South Korea. Secondary mission, capture and hold Pyongyang and Chongjin, annexing North Korea. Capture Chinese territory and force a Chinese withdrawal. Okay. So, can we Can we do nuclear war? So there's army divisions. Like this is a game that is now decided, hey, we're going to do conventional warfare, which I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know that that's this game's sweet spot. So I'm assuming the enemy's going to launch across the 30th parallel. We've got one division further up here entrenched. Looks like we have 3 divisions here in the south entrenched. And, yeah. Does the tech tree exist in this game? Oh, wow. You've got a lot more options here. So right now we just have nuclear fission weapons. You could do tactical nuclear weapons for R&D. Early thermonuclear weapons. Advanced tactical nuclear weapons, boosted fission, specialized EMP weapons. Okay. So it looks like right now we've got nuclear fission, improved production reactors. We don't have tactical bombs yet. You can do nuclear artillery. Hell yeah, man, there's so many things here. Ballistic missiles. Okay. Does this just make your units better? So, do you go with ground advancements, or do you go, do you go with... What's the right technology to be researching in this particular scenario? Oh my god, there's so many options, I don't even know where to start. Pulse Doppler? What does that let me do? Okay. So, I'm inclined to just go nuke. Let's go with long-range bombers as our first R&D item. Well, actually, let's do this. Here. So, one thing I really like about this game is you have a much better queuing of research and development than you had in the previous version. So, like, you've got these columns here of construction and science. You could queue a limited amount of stuff, but it was limited. So we'll go ahead, upgrade weapons modernization. Presumably that'll make my infantry units or divisions better. That's a pretty quick R&D item. It's 3 minutes. Once the clock starts. I think after that, maybe we go with... Because right now we're sitting on the B-47, essentially, tech-wise. So maybe we go with long-range bombers next? I'm not sure. We got bombers. Maybe we go with... thermonuclear weapons is going to take a long time. That's a 21-minute research. And it tells you the total time from when you research. So, like, if I put it in the queue, it's actually 18 minutes, but it's 3 plus 18, so it's 21 from the start. Mustard gas? You can put mustard gas? There's chemical weapons in this? Jesus. Okay, let's... Weapons modernization. Second-gen aircraft. Long-range bombers. You can see these R&D items down here. Then we'll do surface-to-air missile. Well, we should do radar systems first. So, pulse Doppler. And then, I think SAMs. Requires mixed weapons. Also requires tactical nuclear. Nuclear SAMs. Woo, that'd be fun. And then after that point, I think we come back here and do tactical nuclear weapons. And let's go from there. So we're going to lean a little bit more heavily into science. So we're going to go with 80% of our budget will be devoted to science. Oops. At least at the start. And then we're going to go to the production screen here. You can see, like, hey, you can build stuff, right? So we could build, you know, another army base. We could build army base which produces ground units. So again, this is very different than the original game. There's tactical air bases which have multi-role aircraft and fighters. Air bases which have strategic bombers and fighters. Forward operating bases which do what? Repair nearby friendly units. Let's build another army division for our first production item to try and not get run over. I don't have a lot of R&D options here. No battleships. Come on, man. Let me bring the Iowa out. Let's just build 2 army divisions, I guess, to hold on in Korea first. Maybe some radar sites. What's the security checkpoint do? We'll do a... What's a specialized airbase? Why is it only have fighters? Huh. Okay. Alright, I don't really know. I'm just kind of guessing on some of this stuff. Do I play HOI? HOI 4? Hearts of Iron? I have. Not recently. Alright, so we do have some elements in... The hell's that? We do have some... What is that? I don't know what that is. We do have some elements in Japan. It doesn't... For sake of this scenario, we don't have anything that we start with in the US. And then we also do have... What looks like a carrier battle group near the Philippines. So we're going to move them over to Korea. Move the HMS Triumph so the British have a carrier battle group too. We'll move it also over to Korea. What do landing ships do anyway? They carry army divisions? Okay. Let's go land them then. We also have some army divisions in Japan that I guess can probably get picked up by landing ships. I don't know what my subs are gonna do. Like, unless the Soviets are actually gonna go to war, I don't really know, but we'll see. All right, so the Koreans are attacking. All right, do we have an airfield I can use? We're going to send off our strategic bombers at these enemy divisions. It does risk them dying without using nukes. We'll send our fighters out too. So we're sending our air power out first. Let's see enemy fighters. Oh, they're probably going to go for my strategic bombers. Why does it... Is it going to pause on every update? Enemy missile detected? Yeah, they're shooting at my bombers. I thought my fighters would have shown up a little bit quicker than the bombers. Alright, I don't really want these pop-ups. It's not really nuclear war mode, but I don't want auto pause, so let's just do that. So this does not seem good. Divisions are getting driven back. There's a lot of enemy divisions too. My landing ships are coming up to bring additional divisions. I don't know that I have the patience for this, boys. I know they're not tactical nukes, but let's see what happens. Well, those lead enemy divisions are gone. That's good news. By the looks of it, anyway. Alright, so I don't have many nukes. So that's also worth keeping in mind. But it seems like the enemy drive is slowed considerably. It's the only way to save it. Well, we didn't nuke Seoul. We nuked south of Seoul.
A city has been bombed.
Oh. Where? They nuked Tokyo! What? With what? Okay, okay. I got it. You guys didn't like that I nuked you. But I didn't nuke Russia. I just nuked Korea. Come on, dudes. 1 million people died in Tokyo. So if I nuke them again...
A city has been bombed.
What did they bomb now? They bombed Tokyo again? They're just gonna keep bombing Tokyo until it's gone? Alright, so I guess maybe unleashing nuclear war right off at the bat. I was trying to use it for battlefield purposes, but no. The divisions die real quick when you nuke them, though. Pyongyang only has 500,000 people.
Research complete.
We barely killed anyone. Barely being relative. I don't even know what I just researched. It says only Russia has nukes right now, so... There we got Spec Ops. I think that's like the Koreans or AI kind of. Seoul is occupied. It still has almost 1 million people. Half of it's destroyed. Some of those nukes might have been in Seoul proper, so the only way to save it was to kill it. Soviet Union is researching early ballistic missiles. That feels like a challenge. I'm nowhere near. You can see my research tree. Let's hope they don't nuke the US. How do biological weapons work in this? I don't have any boomers, Army vet. It's 1950. We got like B-29s with nukes. That's it. Come on, boys. Push them back. I'm trying to denuclearize this conflict. We're not nuking anyone until they nuke us again. They just nuked Tokyo. Really? 4 million dead? Poor Tokyo. Alright, so I can't really hit very far with this base. That's the other problem. Well, they're gonna keep nuking Tokyo. I don't have a choice. Hey, we retook Seoul. Good job, boys. Is that another? Do they just keep bombing? Okay, whatever. Sorry, Beijing. I know China wasn't the one. Hey, there's a lot of infantry divisions there. We're pushing them. Gotta push them back.
Structure destroyed.
What was destroyed? Army division? Enemy missile detected where? Oh, they nuked Sapporo. I feel bad for Japan in this scenario.
Structure destroyed. Structure destroyed.
Are we out of bombers? Oh no, they're gonna nuke our base over here.
Structure destroyed.
I think. I need to get my other units in Japan into Korea. Because they're overrunning us up here. Alright, 2 of our divisions are now ashore. Maybe we'll hold out a little bit longer. Let's put a radar facility up in Japan. Maybe having some visibility would help. We just bombed our airbase by the looks of it. Not nuke, conventional bombing. Yep, never mind. Ah! Well, this thing has gone off the rails. I don't have anything left to bomb from either. Gotta speed up these this airbase production. We might have to abandon our R&D focus so we can get another airfield here because I have nothing. Poor Japan. They're just nuking the shit out of Japan. Alright, we'll use our carriers, I guess, which I completely forgot about, over here, to try and pound those enemy divisions on the ground, and maybe that'll help. Are these Soviet divisions by the looks of it? Air power, come help us! Seoul is getting blasted the shit out of. Jesus, everyone's dying. Tokyo's nice and green. The second generation aircraft, which is my next research item, probably would go a long way toward making these carriers aircraft be a little bit better. But it looks like the front has technically stabilized. We got 2 more divisions coming into Korea. Our boys are getting overrun, but at least the air power appears to be doing some damage as these planes all fly in and die. I'm not worried about Tokyo. They can keep... They're literally are just continuing to fly in like freaking a bomber stream, just dropping nuke after nuke. Poor Tokyo. Somehow there's still 17 million people here. Somehow. Airfield now. We also have radar, so maybe they can scramble aircraft based on... Pyongyang just got nuked again, by the way. And there goes Chongjin. They didn't nuke Vladivostok. But if they're gonna nuke the shit out of Japan, why not? Using nukes for tactical purposes.
Research complete.
Just get the divisions on the ground. I don't care how you do it. You don't need to go all the way up there. Just... I'm out of nukes. Doesn't anybody have any missiles left? Oh, I'm not producing anything. Airbase. More bombs. So we got second gen aircraft. Okay, that's a nice little upgrade. I need more aircraft. My carriers are out. Looks like the army division that did come ashore here might have helped push back this, or at least somewhat helped push back this drive. Well, I think one of our divisions got destroyed. They just bombed Osaka! I don't have any nukes, so I'm gonna have to drop conventional weapons here. Which I guess is what I probably should have been doing to begin with. So this is the conventional game mode. I say conventional kind of jokingly. We obviously are not so conventional. Alright, let's build more aircraft first. We're gonna shut everything down except for the new airfield. And then once the new airfield comes online, we'll go with these aircraft. We need to fill up things. I don't know why that South Korean division is moving up, but they are. All by their lonesome. I have no fighters left to intercept enemy bombers coming in on Japan either. Tokyo's still getting nuked. Speed things up a little bit. We can use our warships also to do some shore bombardment here. They will be vulnerable to enemy air attack, of course, but into the carriers automatically? Can I? How do I do that? There's got to be an automatic replenish. Aw, they got Osaka again. All I care about is fighters and maybe bombers. You can do transport aircraft too. We're dying! Did those ships I move up die? Two new South Korean divisions are going to stall the drive on Busan again. They're pushing forward and dying bravely. Being butchered valiantly. I feel bad for Japan, yeah. It seems like a bad racket, you know? Another South Korean offensive trying to make it up. Meanwhile, Japan continues to see nuclear fireballs flash in behind us constantly. Uh-oh. We don't have any ground troops left. Hey guys? Can the ships stop the fall of Busan? All by themselves? They might be able to. No. It's over. We lose. Okay, so we didn't occupy... Well, we did technically recapture Seoul for a moment, but you can see here at the end of the day, China had no nukes, but they suffered almost 1 million casualties to my nukes. The Soviet Union dropped 45 nukes worth 14.5 megatons and killed 46 million people, pretty much all in Japan. The United Nations dropped 10 nukes, I guess that was me, 1 megaton worth. We inflicted 1.7 million casualties. North Korea suffered 57,000 casualties. That's it. I guess we only nuked Pyongyang a couple of times. And South Korea, well, half their population is dead. So, oops. That was not an effective playthrough, I suppose. No, I don't really want to replay that scenario. I don't know how I feel about the campaign mode, to be honest. I'm sure you'll go through different scenarios. I didn't need to jump to nukes right away. But I don't know that. I don't know that that's this game's sweet spot. I suppose it could be, you know, depending on the person. I like the blitz mode, which I guess we can try that versus the AI. Like, that's what I like about this game. So we will be... Who will we be in this mode? Let's... I don't know that I want to do Conquest is another one of those new modes for this, but this is the classic mode of the game, which I find most enjoyable. Although it's best to play with humans, I think, for this particular mode. Let's try as South America. And I think all the regions are kind of largely the same. Like, they're all... Can you set alliances? Can I configure alliances? Let's do South America. Actually, no. Let's do... Asia Pacific's real vulnerable to China, though. Sub-Saharan Africa? You gotta defend from every flank. I guess South America might be the best. I don't think it'll be the same, J Pizzle. I guess we'll see, but Blitz mode doesn't really focus on ground units at all. Like, naval units are there. I don't think you can build ground divisions in it. So let's build our initial radar facilities. So you can see, I'm going to try and build a little bit of a radar... Well, actually, that was dumb. Well, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. A radar shield on the front line seems, I guess, smart-ish. Put our airfield a little bit further back. It can provide support with its fighters and with its strategic bombers. We can defend our east coast with a carrier here. Again, it can provide air support. Submarine to defend the carrier. Our destroyers are kind of like mobile SAM batteries, although we don't really have SAMs yet. So I think putting a shield of destroyers near the coast makes sense. We'll just kind of work on building that defensive line up. We've got Central America here, which is a complicating factor, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to go 90% science. The first thing we're going to research is thermonuclears. Then... I don't know that aircraft are really in my future. I think what I want to build is I want to build... SAMs, ABMs, space radar, improved radars over the horizon. You know what? Screw all that. It's nuclear war, boys. We're gonna die. But that's okay. Let's do naval tech. And... silent. Improved silent. Advanced silent. Who cares about anything else? And then we'll research those nukes as we were doing. We gotta get the submarine missiles. So we gotta do MRBMs and then SSBNs. So we can have our SLBMs off of them. And then I suppose after that, Mervs. And we'll see if we're still alive after all of that. Does it make sense to produce anything right now? We're doing 90% science. I suppose we can do radar sites just to see where the enemy's coming from? I don't know. We'll see. I don't need an update for every time everything gets built. So we'll go to nuclear war mode. Not because we're going to do anything with nukes anytime soon, but just because we're going to not care. Like, if they're building radar sites at the moment, I don't care. I'm assuming the AI won't attack me right away, but you can see where the radar site is just off our border. And we could use conventional strikes. It wouldn't trigger a war to go after the radar site on their border. But that would start a war. And so I don't really want them attacking all my stuff right now. So we'll hold off on that. How's Fidel doing? I don't know how Fidel Castro is doing. So build a coastal battery of radars as well. You can see we're almost done with thermonuclear bombs. I'll have another radar site soon. North America is building the cruiser. Okay, that's fine. Once I get my subs in the water, that's all that matters, right? Just get a bunch of SLBMs, park them off the coast of the enemy countries, and then rain unmitigated death and destruction down. I feel like SLBMs, and maybe we'll see if this is the right strategy or not, but I do feel like SLBMs in this game or SLBNs, are kind of OP because when you build one of them, I mean, you get 12 nukes. You don't get 12 ICBM silos. Now, I'm guessing they're cheaper. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing they're cheaper than ICBM silos, or cheaper than a sub, but look out, we got thermonuclear bombs. So now we got, you know, hydrogen bombs, which are much more powerful. Now we're going down the improved sub stuff. There's like diplomacy here, by the way. Like you can do, there's, you know, you can negotiate with countries. Like, I don't really know how you get them to want to do stuff. Like,
Research complete.
if I ask for their intel or technology, how do I, you know, what are they going to give me anything? And why? Why would they give me anything? They give me industrial contribution. I suppose we could do a peace treaty. See what they oh, they accepted it. Okay. No. I'm not. I don't want their hydrogen bombs. Hey, just give me your stuff. Hawaii? That's
Research
I don't want their
complete.
territory. So I might be going way faster than them on tech, because I don't see tech as an option for us to pull back from them. I'm guessing the AI is not dumping as much into tech as I am. I could be wrong, but that would be my guess. So, you know, you can see we're building some radar sites. That's the only thing we built so far. There's an enemy destroyer just outside our territory. So I wonder if the peace treaty means they won't shoot at me if we're flying over each other's territory. Like, I don't know quite how that works. Ha. Xeno, ha. Improve those subs. You don't want them to be substandard. Mm-hmm. Very, very smart. Alright, we'll have MRBMs in 3 minutes. I don't care about air power. I am the opposite. By the way, apparently, and I just recently finished I forget what the name of it, but it's by Sheehan. It's about the Army general or Air Force general who's sort of the father of the ICBM in the U.S. What are they doing? Why are they?
Research complete.
I don't trust you guys. Why are you sailing your stuff through my territory? Hey, we can spot enemy airfields now. I do kind of need satellites to be able to target, like, know what I'm targeting. I suppose you can target cities. But the book by Sheehan was about the sort of father of the modern ICBM Air Force for the U.S. And it was interesting how the description of LeMay, like, I knew LeMay was, you know, big on overkill, right? Kind of maybe went off the deep end a little bit. At least that's the perception you get. But what I didn't know is I did not know that they have SAMs. No. What I did not know was that he apparently was, like, opposed to ICBMs at first. He was like, these missiles will never work, blah, blah, blah. And he was big on, obviously, bombers, but less so on other things. So that's interesting. All right, the SSBN is 4 minutes away. I don't care about boosted. Does that, like, influence my... Those are all ICBMs. This does upgrade SLBMs, though, so that's worthwhile. Okay. I suppose next we do those two things to get better radars. Space, over horizon, advance.
Research complete.
Early warning, SAM. I think that's the order we'll do these things. America's building satellites. It's also possible the AI has gone like 100% into R&D and I'm falling behind. Who knows? I don't. We're gonna build SLBMs, or SSBNs. That's all we're gonna build. Lots of SSBNs. At least for now. So my southern coast is very vulnerable. I'm assuming nothing's going to come over the South Pole, but that's a dangerous assumption. U.S. nukes certainly probably would. Didn't they experiment? Nuclear mortars? I don't know. Maybe. Wasn't there like a nuclear bazooka at one point? The Davy Crockett or something like that? Alright, we're going to change R&D a little bit. So let's bump it to 30% construction now that we've gotten the SSBNs. So we can produce those a little more efficiently, I suppose. We can probably keep the initial subs off our own coast because they can probably shower Central America with nukes pretty effectively, I would think, without having to be exposed out at sea. Forgetting Sub-Saharan Africa is... I think that's a new country in this game. recoilless rifle. Maybe it wasn't a bazooka. Maybe it was a recoilless rifle. But either way, pretty wild. Pretty wild. Ding, 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 ding. The AI sure does seem to have a lot of warships sailing around, though, which makes me a little nervous for my subs. East Asia is researching the ICBM. Alright, the MIRVs are almost done. They'll be done before the first ICBM. Or SSBN. I wonder if the AI does any tech, like, negotiating with its own sides. So better radar should give me a little bit better coverage.
Research complete.
Think they have ABMs yet?
Research complete.
Oh, they might actually have ABMs. Looks like they have ABMs. Okay. Alright, well that's relevant, I suppose, to know. I don't know how far they can launch.
Research complete.
Why can they not? Do I not have the SLBM researched yet? That might be a problem. Or SSBN. Yeah, SLBM, never mind. Where is it anyway? No, that should unlock SLBMs. Do I have to build them? I thought the ships come with them. Yeah, they came with them when I played last night online. Alright, well that'll kind of kill the whole value of the sub if I've got to build 12 of the damn things for every sub. I guess we'll find out here soon enough.
Research complete.
Okay, so we're working on improving our radar sights while we build a second sub.
Research complete.
I think everything will be researched before the second sub is complete.
Research complete.
How quickly does the AI decide to start nuking stuff, though? That's the question. I you know, I don't know if we're gonna wait 20 minutes or if we're gonna wait 5.
Research complete.
Let's see. Looks like they got cruise missiles on their ships now. Whoop.
Research complete.
Oops. Pause. We're done with research. Okay, so we should probably do some ABM tech, I guess, now, right? We've got all the nuke tech I think we need. So let's do ABMs and advanced ABMs. Maybe we'll build some SAMs. Alright, so we'll have 2 subs here, both with destroyer screens. Oh no, so there's its attack range. Does it just have to surface? Is that why it can't attack? Oh, that's the issue. It's got to be above the surface. Okay. So it has, I don't even need to build all these. I mean, we're not going to realistically replace our, well, I guess if a sub's right off the coast it could, but I don't want to waste time producing more SLBMs. Oops, wrong type of sub. So let's see what happens if I deploy one of my subs here. I'm going to deploy my SSBNs in the middle of the ocean. I think they can hit... Well, let's not do that. Let's deploy one off the US coast. Or actually one off the Caribbean. We've got the improved tech, so I'm hopeful that the enemy won't be able to really do much about us. Like, at least till after we've launched our weapons.
Research complete.
Alright, radar tech is done. I don't really know what we're waiting on at this point. I don't really have any defenses, but I think at this point it's really just maybe false warheads. I don't know. Once those advanced ABMs are done, though. Right, this guy can hit the entire US from there. I don't really care about targeting enemy things except for the actual cities. We're just going to try and wipe out the cities. Alright, we're going to switch construction over to 60%, science to 40. We're pretty much done, I think, with most of the science that we want to do. War started between Russia and Europe. Okay, so AI is starting to shoot. The AI is shooting at everything. Oh, fuck. Well, shit. fuck tech. I don't have any defenses, but we've got to build everything.
Structure destroyed.
Okay, who just attacked me? South America and Central America. Alright. We're gonna build a war plan here.
A city has been bombed.
SSBN, cities. Okay. Emergency execute.
Executing strike plan.
Central America, fuck you. I don't know why our first nuke went out over Acapulco. We've got multiple nukes targeting Mexico City.
A city has been bombed.
Okay. So we've got 24 nukes that we can launch. Also, maybe more because we got MIRVs. So we just hit Mexico City with like... We're overkilling Mexico City, that's for sure. Goodbye, 7 million people. Why are we nuking Los Angeles? I don't know. What the fuck? Oh, is my plan nuke everybody? Oops. Yeah, it's nuke everybody. Everybody in range. Whoops. Sorry, US. Well, we just nuked Los Angeles. Okay, well. I'm sure they're fine with the casualties. Did they just sink my sub? No, they didn't. Or maybe they did. I'm down 1 sub. No!
A city has been bombed.
We just lost like 5 potential nukes right there. We got 3 nukes cruising into Chicago.
Structure
I'm about
destroyed.
to go offline, guys. Oh boy.
Structure destroyed.
So our space radar is gone. We have 123 score. Europe is winning this thing. Central and South Asia are doing well. We just nuked Caracas, however you spell that.
Structure destroyed.
If I was the AI, I would... oh, they got our other sub. If I was the AI, I would simply target the biggest cities, which doesn't seem like that's what it's doing. So we're kind of helpless now at this point. At least for the moment. I'm going to move my carriers over here. We're working on building another sub. We actually have 3 reloads, too. So let's place that sub where it's got some destroyer cover. It should be able to hit pretty much all of Central America. Oh, but now we're also going to go after Sub-Saharan Africa. Sorry, dudes. We're going to get the countdown timer here in a sec. We got nukes coming in toward Lima, too. So 20 minutes till the game ends. This is sort of the Armageddon meter. Oh, there goes New York. We're going to launch 3 at New York. I forgot to change my nuclear weapons plan. Well, there's no point in turning off Kill Everyone, Hauser, because the game's going to end, so...
A city has been bombed.
We get more points the more people we kill, so... East Asia is getting rocked. Goodbye, Miami. 3 MIRVed nukes just hit it. I got my carriers providing coverage for my sub here, which continues to ripple fire off nukes. SSBN is now out of ammo. Alright. There would appear to be a naval battle going on here between my destroyers and carriers. Or enemy carriers, or enemy ships. I'm assuming they're going for my SSBN, which we're going to move in. I'm working on building some new nukes. One more nuke is ready. Goodbye, Bogota. We only got 500,000 there. That wasn't a very effective nuke. Oh no, MIRVs incoming! Hey, they targeted my airfield. I'm okay with them wasting an ICBM on an airfield. Totally fine with that. What is that thing that's... Oh, that was another SLBM. Washington, D.C. Drain the swamp!
City has been bombed.
Hong Kong, 47,000. That's all that's left in Hong Kong. Europe is like scoring high, and they haven't lost much. I don't know. Let's turn our sub off of shooting for a sec. Cancel. Let's build a few more nukes. And then I'm gonna go for Europe here once we have like 5 or 6, a few more nukes. We don't have a lot of time to sail our SSBN around. But how many do we have on the thing right now? 2?
A city has been bombed.
Fuck it. This is literally my only thing. But right now Europe is out of range for my nukes. So it has to be in our coastal area to be able to replenish. But what needs to get nuked? There's a little bit of nuking going on against Europe here. What needs to be nuked the most, though? Lisbon looks the biggest. Well, maybe Budapest. Goodbye, Lisbon. And Madrid.
A city has been bombed.
And Barcelona. Alright, now go back and maybe reload some nukes. Why are you building that? Just build nukes. I know I only have the one sub, so if it gets sunk, I'm screwed nuke-wise, but that's literally with only 8 minutes left. It's the most efficient thing to do, I think. As I slowly get nuked by the AI countries. But they keep destroying structures, which I don't care. It feels like a waste. They should be going for cities. I just hit one.
A city has been bombed.
Havana. San Juan. Central America is not doing very well. They are... Russia's in last place now. East Asia's in second to last. Central America's in third last. Meanwhile, South America, us, we're in first place at the moment. Santo Domingo.
A city has been bombed.
Chicago's the highest scoring city left? Did we launch? Yeah. Goodbye, Chicago. Alright, I'm gonna nuke Vancouver, too. I'm gonna have to sail a little ways to get there. Sub-Saharan Africa's in first place now. No. I was trying to go get Vancouver. Alright, we finished in second. We fired 134 warheads, 67 megatons, killed 85 million people. Asia Pacific killed the most, 131 million, but they also suffered huge casualties. So yeah. I love this little city map thing. Wolfpack was looking at it last night. Tokyo, the most nuked city. It took 9 hits. Radiation level 1393, 87% destroyed. Jakarta second most, Delhi third most, Sao Paulo fourth most. I don't know what the least nuked city is. Vancouver might not have even been hit. I was trying to go for it. Damascus didn't get hit. It said hit once, but none of it was destroyed. So I don't know if there's like a dud ratio or something. Dallas took a hit, but mostly survived. Must have been a small nuke. Okay. I like how the pictures are also reflected based on, like, how much of the city is left. Hartford? Poor Hartford. 12 nukes? Why would 12 nukes hit Hartford? Of all places. 12? I hit Lisbon 3 times. We did pretty good work there. Alright, well, that's the Blitz mode, guys. I'm curious about Conquest mode. I wasn't a big fan of the campaign. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. Conquest mode is strategically navigate long, drawn-out Cold War and decide when and where to risk escalation. It's a 46-hour game. We've already been going an hour, so I don't think we're going to look at playing that tonight. But, it is an interesting game. If I hadn't started my stream so late, if it wasn't already almost 1, I might give that a go. But I think we'll probably wrap this short little stream up here. Maybe we'll do Conquest tomorrow if I'm feeling up for it. But let me know, guys, what you want to see. I hope you did enjoy this little brief look at ICBM Escalation, an upcoming game by Slytherin and Matrix Games, being made by Software War, but Slytherin is the publisher. And it's the sequel to ICBM, which we played on this channel a bit in the past. But with that being said, guys, thanks again for coming out. Hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out. Bye-bye.